So here we have balloon, right? We are tracing the
Uh-huh.
balloon. We're using the pen tool. What I'll do is I will go like this. You can also go horizontally,
Okay.
vertically. I just prefer it that way. So what I'm doing is I'm making a straight line from
Uh-huh.
here to here. I go to the bend tool and I make it touch somewhere,
Yeah,
some
okay.
boundary,
Okay.
and then I will use these things uh, to kind of get the shape we want.
Uh-huh.
There was some noise from Sky.
Um,
Uh,
what?
okay, now you see it's not working perfectly. So what I do is I go to this arrow on the top. It's called
Mm-hmm.
move, and I can move this node back here, so it is not going outside.
Okay.
And I see now it's more or less following or tracing the path.
Yes.
Yeah, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And now what I do is if I use the pen tool again, let's say I accidentally hit escape or accidentally did something where this thing was shown as vector 1
Yeah.
here,
Uh-huh.
and this you can see this box here.
Mm-hmm.
So now if I took this pen again and if I started drawing, this shape will never close. Why? Because whatever I draw here is vector 2.
Oh.
It's not the same
Mm-hmm.
shape. And so what I have to do is I go to vector 1 again and oops, I double click on it until these endpoints show up. You
Mm-hmm.
see the nodes show up in white color with these nodes
Yeah.
show up. And now what you have to do is you don't close it here. You keep a little bit of space so you can define the shape. If you closed it, it would be impossible to get the shape you want.
Ah, okay.
So then you go to bend tool. You again try to get the shape roughly. It will take several trials. Not worrying about it. You see it's roughly the shape you wanted.
Yeah.
And you can always use these things on the side to
Can you change just the color of the vector in red or something so I can see it better? Because it's very clear and I don't see where the lines are.
yeah.
Just stroke. Yeah. Just change it to some bright color. I don't know.
It's not the color, it's also the thickness.
Okay. Good. Great. Much better.
So you see I have this space here. I've not
Yeah.
closed
Yeah.
them. If I had closed them, if I change this node, it will change the entire shape. So you never close it.
Okay.
Okay, so I didn't close it, and if something like this happens, see, you just hit Control Z
Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
and you come to this move tool, and I just want to move it a little bit down,
Uh-huh.
and just bring it a little bit like this. Okay, looks good. Now what I want to do is I want to bring these closer. The shape's pretty much intact. Now what I'll do is I will use the pen tool again,
Mm-hmm.
and I will go down now like this, roughly, and come to here, come to here, and come to here. Again, see, I'm never closing anything, right? So then it would be easier for me to shape them. So like this, like this, like this, you see? Um, and again, if something I don't like, I can click on that node and delete that node.
By just pressing the back button, yeah?
The delete button, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
And then what I want to do is I want to create this kind of shape. So you can also do this, you just keep your mouse holding and you
Uh-huh.
can give it the shape.
Let's see.
And then I give it like this. And now if I want, I can close it. But if you want to make any changes anywhere, you never try to make any change before you go to the move tool. You click on one of the nodes here, let's
Mm-hmm.
say this one, and you delete that one. Or that deleted the line. So maybe we delete the one on the bottom.
Okay.
Because now if you change it, right, you can change this. But if you had not done that, what would happen? If you change this, you'll change everything, you see?
Uh, you see, this was not explained in the video, so I was like, what the fuck, why is it not working? Okay.
Yeah, they never explain. That's the problem with those videos. And now if I just hit this fill, and if
Oh,
I
so
give the same color,
cool.
and now I can use the pen tool again, and I drag this line. And what I can do is I can take a circle or an ellipse,
Mm-hmm.
and put it here, roughly like this. And I, let's say, move it to 45 degrees, a little bit smaller, copying it, something like this. And what I do is if you double click on the ellipse, you can again change its shape like this.
Oh, that's cool.
Yeah. Okay, and what I'll do is I'll make it white. So FFF is white.
Uh-huh.
Here FFF is white. And what I do is I select both of the ellipse from left, or you could do it one at a time. You select one ellipse and you make it 10%. Select another ellipse and make it 10%. So giving it that kind of shadow or light
Like
effect,
shading, yeah, 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 yeah.
shading, yeah. And of course you can work with the colors and with the angles, but it already looks more realistic now.
Yeah, that's so cool. Okay.
And anytime you want to change, you just go to the vector, you pull this thing down, and maybe give it an use the bend tool, give it a little bit of an angle, you
Hmm.
know, so it feels like a real thread.
Yeah, yeah.
And now all you have to do is you hit Control C, Control V, Control V, Control V, and you go there. You change this to, let's say, green. You change the stroke to green. You change this to um, some sort of yellow, and you make this some sort of blue,
Yeah.
and use that blue here. And so now, if you just wrote "Happy Birthday," you have a birthday card.
But
Again,
actually, if you did have like a printer, I mean, here they're like super expensive. Like you would pay like I don't know, €4 or €5 for a birthday card, like when you can make it at home. So that's
mhm,
cool.
mhm. So I did something crazy with this.
Mm-hmm.
You wanna see?
Duh.
I did this.
It's for yoga, yeah?
Yeah. And you can see all these parts. If I hide these, you know, so all these, this was done in a very crazy way.
Okay.
Let's say I hide this t-shirt. You'll see the neck was designed to be inside the t-shirt. You see?
Yeah, I saw it, yeah.
So it looks real. And you can see these shadows here. So, and these things were added extra, and then ear was added on top of it to create an illusion of a real person.
Mm.
And then I did this one, and then I was able to animate all these in PowerPoint, which was very interesting. Uh, but coming back, so it is this, and so the mistake you made is you design half of the vector, and then you design half of the vector in another vector.
Yeah.
So half of the shape in one vector and half of the shape in another vector, so they don't close. You can't fill them. So what I will do, what I would do if I were you, uh, go to like, say, let me get the image.
You have it on our chat.
Yeah, but I don't
Oh,
have WhatsApp open, so opening it would take just.
okay.
What is that plant called?
Um,
Like
I
this
don't think it's a succulent.
succulent?
It's yeah, I think maybe it's succulent or no, it's something like a snake plant or something. I don't remember. No, it's not a succulent. I think it's a try snake plant. I think. Ah, there we are. Yes, there. It's this picture. Yeah, the one that you clicked on.
Let me get this one. This is more clear. I will also send this one to you, so it will be easier.
Yeah.
Um, so what I'll do is hopefully I don't have anything nasty on my computer. I don't. I was just trying to make you laugh.
Yeah. I know.
Okay. So let's say this is the leaf we want to trace. You know, this one.
Okay.
It's it's kind of sexy. Uh,
Should I leave you alone? Should I leave you two alone?
uh, what I'll do is I will as I start this, and what I'll do is
Uh-huh.
you know as I have this image, I would lock this image first
Okay.
from here. So
Uh-huh.
when I'm drawing, I don't move it accidentally.
Okay.
And then I take the pen tool and I start drawing from here, from this point.
How do you zoom in so
Just
easily?
just pinch on your touchpad.
Just do what?
This you can't see me, right? Just a second.
Okay.
Just this on your touchpad.
I still wait. Still not seeing anything from your side. I only see the icon, the logo.
I just see my photo, my camera,
No, I cannot. It's a blank. It's like it's dark, and then I only see your like the logo of TCV.
and the screen sharing stopped.
Yes.
Okay, that's weird. You really can't see me.
No, I'm not. Why would I lie to you? I can
Uh,
send you. I can send you a picture to see how it looks.
Now,
Okay, now it's better. Yeah, now I see you. Hi.
so you just do this motion, you know, like you
Ah.
do on your phone. Well, you do it on your touchpad.
Ah. Okay. Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
I
Or
didn't
you
know.
could use your scroll on the mouse if you have a mouse.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Green plantu. That's what they that's what they call it. Okay.
Mhm.
So what I'll do is
Uh huh.
uh, I will I'll show you on to show something else. So you see this curve, this S shape, it's almost like an S.
Yes.
Uh, I would click here, but I would not leave it.
Okay.
Then I could create some of it. Then I drop it. Then I go to the curve thing, and now you can use these things to create the S shape.
How do you drop the vector the string?
You just go here and do this, or you just click escape one time only.
Ah. Okay. Okay.
But
Cool.
if you hit it twice, you know how to get back. You just double click on the shape.
Okay.
And again, the trick here is to take this, just to take something so real, and then make it a little bit abstract. Because if you try to shape, you try to do every curve and every shade and every shadow here, you'd go crazy.
Yeah.
So that requires a little bit of imagination and just training. So for example, you can just do this and go to the curve, and you could just give something like this. It doesn't have to meet, it doesn't have to match literally. And then continue, take the pen tool again, you go down, and you'll have to just assume it's a square somewhere here because it
Yeah.
hides it behind the leaf, right? So you don't know how it looks behind this leaf.
Can you change it back to red, please?
Yeah.
Because I only see the white points.
Okay. You see how I'm doing it? I'm not trying to cover everything.
Yeah.
In fact, this shape moved here. You see,
Uh
it's no
huh.
longer following it. It's okay, because I'm not worrying about doing it literally.
Okay.
It's okay. And I'll do this. I'll only thing I'll remember is not to close it until I'm done with the shape. And now if I filled it, and fill it with red,
Ah. Okay.
you see it looks pretty decent.
Yeah.
And the only places that don't look decent are these. So what I could do is I could select that node and I could give it a, you see here, I could give
Mhm.
it a radius. So you see it smoothens out.
Hmm.
Without radius, and let's say we give 50 radius. Actually, you can just give the whole thing 100. This looks more real
Yeah.
than this. It's a negligible difference, but subconsciously perceptible. Sometimes you could even delete the strokes. That would make it more realistic.
Mhm.
You see here, I just dropped the strokes, and you can see the difference.
Yeah.
With strokes, no, with strokes, Then without,
how do you remove the strokes?
you click on this and you see this stroke thing,
Yeah.
and you go here, this
Uh-huh.
minus sign.
Uh-huh. Ah, cool. Okay.
If you want to add it again, you just click on plus. You
Yeah,
can even add a stroke of a different color if you like. Sometimes it could be uh, a design decision that you want to stroke.
I see. What so I looked at it last night. What does like a center right no, center outside and inside mean? You see where you click there.
Um,
And then
Here,
you have the number 5 there. What does it that mean?
the 5 is the thickness of the line. So it was,
Uh-huh.
you could see the line not because it was red, but because it was thick. So if I make it like 50, you can see the line more clearly.
Ah, uh-huh.
And the this is centered. So you see the half of the line, half of the stroke is on this side and half of the stroke is on that side.
Ah.
If I did inside, it will go inside of that. If I click outside, it will go outside of it. So it would look a little bit bigger or smaller. If you do
Cool.
centered, it looks, it's
Uh-huh.
centered.
Oh, that's cool. Okay.
You see this, and now if I make the thing visible again, you see it's not literally what
Following the
the,
shape. Yeah. Uh-huh.
but it because what you have to do is you have to just visualize that. Okay, how do I want it to look?
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Can you now show me with the pencil?
Ah, the pencil, it's much more difficult to do something like this. What I'll do is I'll hide this vector.
Okay.
So the pencil would help you with something like this. You see this one, the one
So
on
you
the,
can mix them, yeah? Pen
yeah.
and pencil. Okay, cool.
And also, like if you have 10 leaves, you can use different vectors for each leaf, right?
Yeah.
So now let's say we want to use pencil. And with pencil, it is difficult because the moment you drop it, you are done.
Ah, so you have to do it all in
Exactly, that's right,
one
Andy.
single try. Oh, I see now why it's more difficult. Okay.
You see, it will not really work. It won't look good.
And you cannot edit it now?
You can, but then going there and editing these nodes is just crazy, right? You could just start with pen and edit them
Ah,
much
I
more easily.
see.
This where the pencil would be useful. I'll tell you where the pencil would be useful. Pencil would be useful when you're working with something fluid like fire or waves or something where you want more of that fluidity.
Uh-huh.
So for
Interesting.
example, okay, something like this, right? If I wanted to do this wave,
Yeah.
do this wave, that's fine. Right? And if I made it a color, you can see the wave, right? Here.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
If I make it like 100, it doesn't work. You can see this one here.
Yeah.
Let's make it red. Now you can see it, but if I borrow the color from here, right? Something like this. And if I zoomed out, you cannot see the wave.
Yeah.
You cannot see it still. You have to zoom this much to see it.
Mm.
And again, if you give it like a gradient, right, it would be even more difficult to see. You see, this part becomes almost invisible
Yeah.
where I gave it the gradient.
Mm-hmm.
Um, so yeah, for things like that, pencil would be great.
That's cool. Okay. Okay. This is so much clearer than the tutorial.
Yeah, yeah, maybe I should start making tutorials. Ah,
Why not? Yeah.
so I'll stop sharing.
Uh-huh.
I'll come back. Hopefully you'll see me.
Yep. I see you now.
Yay! What a time!
um, oh yeah, I also wanted to ask, how do I do when I have to select multiple vectors?
Hmm?
Like, so see, for example, when I had to categorize them in leaves and lines on the leaves, like I can click on the group, but it will not add them automatically. I mean, if I want to separate them in two different columns, it will just, if I click on group, it will add everything in one group, or it will add only one vector.
You use shift and select the vector you want. For example, here, let me share the screen again. Yes, the whole fucking screen. Uh, so you see this? Now if I had to just pick two balloons, right?
Uh-huh.
What I do is I pick one, then I use shift and I hold shift and I select another balloon. Let's say I also want to select these shapes inside them.
Yeah.
So the shape, and you see now they are different here
Yeah.
because I selected with shift, and if I hit Control G, they're all inside one group now.
Okay, let me just note that down.
It is recorded.
Ah, I thought you stopped recording. Okay.
No, I
Uh,
did not. I think I'm getting smarter with this.
uh,
So yay. It would be hard to explain someone why I sketched balloons inside my branding, but that's okay.
uh, let's call it artistic license. Like when they say like artistic people are weird.
Mm.
They do their own thing.
Yeah, I'm plenty weird even without that.
Aren't we all? Oh la la.